Hello everyone, and welcome back to Snakes and Rats. Today I want to talk to you about aggressive snakes, mostly about pythons, since that's what we have right now. This technique will work on other animals, mostly smaller ones. If you got any larger ones, it may work. You may need to find a little other option around it. You may find out that you may just need a snake hook to handle them, and that is perfectly fine. So today I'm going to show you my process of doing it, from opening a bin to trying to get them tamed down and get used to you handling them. I'll be using a couple different animals just to make it easier to see what's going on. And now I will begin and showing you how to remove one from a bin, or how to handle it if it likes to strike when you open it up all the time. Okay, so the technique I like to use is I'll take the hat out and kind of use it as a barrier. So as you see, this one here isn't quite too happy, it usually isn't. But I will use this to kind of hide it while I clean out, change water, do what else I need to do. But I can also use it to block it, so I can grab a hold of it and remove it. Once it's removed, I can control it. I will keep the face away from me if it's one that likes to strike a lot. This way, if it does want to strike, it's going to strike the air and nothing else. If facing me, it could strike and actually get a hold of me. So this allows it not to, and it also doesn't see me. So as long as it's facing out, I can handle it. It doesn't want to strike, I can move it around. Putting it back in pretty much fairly easy. You can actually slide your bin back in depending on what you're using. Put the lid on partially. Put it back down, especially if it's one that likes to get out. You can put it back down, let it in, so it will actually move away from you. Now I like doing this with the aggressive ones. There usually isn't that many. And I like to keep handling them. So the more often you do it, the more they're going to get used to it. And that would be how I would take it out. Just by simply covering its face so it can't see what's going on. Alright, once I have them out, I will let them roam around some. I will grab them, move them back around so they're used to me grabbing hold of them. Once they get used to that feeling, they're going to get used to your touch, and they're not going to be as bad to handle. This one here just likes to move around a lot. I thought it might be easier to use this one, but he loves being held. Instead of actually sitting, I'm going to stand just to show you. It'll give you an idea. It all works the same. This one's got some substrate on it. Clean up a little bit. But what I'll do is I will just sit, hold it, and let it get used to me. So it knows I'm not going to hurt it. I'm not going to do anything to bother it. That's not necessarily true. I am bothering it by holding it. But it's not going to be scared of me. It's going to get used to it. And I will just sit there and hold it. I will let it actually crawl around on me when it is ready to. If it do stay balled up too long, I will actually start unwinding them. And I will move them around in my hands just to get it used to the movement. Just let it know that it's okay to get out, to browse, to see what's going on. As you know about pythons, they want to burrow up in a ball, and sometimes they never want to come out. That's because they're scared, or they just don't want to be messed with. So easily just unballing them, moving hands around, it will get them active and start moving. This one here is actually kind of active now. It's one that likes to ball up, not do much. It's also one of my more aggressive ones that I was going to show you earlier on how to handle, but it just balled up and wouldn't do anything. So I had to pick a different animal. But as you see, the more I open it up, the more I move my hands around, the more active it's going to be, and it's going to get used to you. Now first, when you take it out, if it just wants to stay in a ball, just sit still, hold it. Sit in front of the TV, stare out the window, grab a book, whatever you want to do. Something that's not going to disturb it very much until it feels comfortable to get out and start moving. And I would do this quite often. If you do it, if you take it out for about an hour a day, it's going to know that when you open up, it's not feeding time. It's going to know when you're standing there and reaching in to get it, you're not going to hurt it. Taking it out, letting it move around on its own, it lets it stretch out, and no, it is free to do it at once. But this is what I do. This is how I handle them. This is how I go about it. Again, if it is striking a lot of the time, I always keep the head away from me, so it can't see me and it won't want to strike. I will let it come towards me when it starts feeling comfortable, and usually at that point it's not going to strike, it's not going to do anything because it's making a choice to make that move and move that direction. That's pretty much how I do it. Give it a try, see what you think. Like, subscribe, and share, and follow. And have a good day. Thank you.